compelling that caused you. I'm going to tell you what we're not going to do. What we're not going to do is we're not going to bribe owners with $100 or $50 to $100 off management fees to write us a 5-star review. I just don't agree with that practice. It feels phony to me. It feels like you're manipulating the system, even if nobody ever finds out that that's how we got a bunch of 5-star reviews. I'm going to feel ick if we do that. I'm channeling my 15-year-old daughter. That is so ick. So how do we do it without bribing people? When was the last time you wrote a 5-star review for someone, and why did you do it? Have you ever been thrilled with a company or a service and thought that was a great experience and did not give them a 5-star review? Has that ever happened in your life? I'm seeing nodded heads.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have to ask for it. Gotta ask for the reviews.
So is there a difference between 5-star service and a 5-star rating on social media? And Lisa just said you have to ask for it. Is that true? It doesn't just happen spontaneously?
I think
It's not 100% true.
not 100%, it's not gonna be like a lot of people are super happy, but they don't, feel that they need to voice it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in asking for it, I helped Erica do this, I think 2 weeks ago. You had an owner that just expressed how happy he was after interaction with her. And when she shared that with me, I said, you need to ask him for a review. So what I had her do was pull up the Google review link and send him an email and ask for a review. I don't know if that happened, if you ever filled that out, but asking for it and then providing them the direct links on where they can leave their review is going to make it a lot easier for them to share how happy they are with that service.
Okay, so I'm hearing two things. You have to ask for it and you have to make it easy.
It's too much work, isn't that asking for it? It's too much work for the person to do it. I'll make sure that was clear.
Good. Yeah, Rich is clarifying his comment. It's not too much work to ask for the review. It's too much work for them to actually figure out how to do it. They might be willing, but it's not the most important thing on their to-do list. In fact, it's like way down.
Which is why in our CSAT, Benton and I are working on taking that 5-star rating when they do it from our email
Yeah,
and have it automatically put them right in, as soon as they click 5 stars and they enter the review, it automatically puts them on the Google review page. And gives them what they said. Here, just copy this, paste it. Because this is super important.
that's so good. Make it easy. Okay, so you have to ask for it, you have to make it easy. What comes before asking for it?
Earning it.
Yeah, you have to earn it.
5-star worthy service.
Yes. Okay. So let's drill down a little bit on you have to earn it. What does that look like? Rose, I think you might have the record of any of us in this meeting of the most 5-star reviews. So why don't you tell us how to earn it?
I don't know. Well, I think my magic there, magic, I think I've lost that magic. Anyway, well, I build rapport with whoever I interact with. This is something I learned from my previous job as an ESL teacher to Chinese students. Building rapport to students, whether they're new or not, is very important. And that's something I applied here too. So just like what you mentioned earlier, if they feel like they know you, like they have that special connection with you, that drives them even more to rate you. There are times when people would say over the phone, "Hey, I am so happy with how you helped me with this," but they don't realize they can actually do that through Google as well to 5-star reviews. That's when I ask. It's like a signal when they say, "Thank you very much. I am so happy. I'm so thrilled with all of this," something like that. And then I say, "Oh, I'm happy to hear that." And it would, can you show me some love? Or can you show us some love by giving us some a review in Google? I don't imply like 5-star, but when she expresses satisfaction, I say, "Can you show us some love by giving us your review on Google? Would greatly appreciate that. We appreciate your words, but we'd be very happy to see that on Google or our online platforms." That way they realize, oh, there's somewhere else where, because it to them it feels like we help them, and at the same time they help us.
Okay, so part of what I heard you say is, building rapport is a really critical piece to earning it. It's not just delivering good service, it's actually delivering good service and having one of the outcomes be something of a personal connection. Is that right, Rose?
Yeah, at least for me. That's what
Okay.
I've been doing.
So that personal connection, like they feel like they know you as a person, is a really powerful thing. Well, but this is a business. We're supposed to be professional. How can you be personal and professional at the same time? Isn't that violent? Aren't those things diametrically opposed to each other? Being personal and professional, like where's the line? I'm not gonna start talking about my kids, am I?
Sometimes, I mean, people trust working with people that they feel they know.
And they relate to. Like, oh, you have a, and you have a granddaughter, that's how you show, oh my gosh, she was in.
The language is still professional language. You're not gonna discuss things past a certain point, but if you allow people to get into who you are a little bit, you build trust. And I also feel like we give you a little bit of a pass too, things aren't perfect. It is a relationship.
So it is absolutely okay for us to get to know our clients on a personal level. In fact, if we think about our role, our aspirational role as an asset manager, to really bless the lives of the people we're serving, we need to get to know some pretty personal things about their situation for us to craft a solution that best serves them. If I want to help someone build wealth through real estate, because I think they're a good person and they're gonna do more good in the world, what do I need to know about them?
Their financial life.
You need to know something about their finances. That's pretty personal.
Their goals.
You need to know their finances, their
Their
goals,
life, it could be more than just financial goals, it could be life goals.
your life goals. Yeah,
Family dynamic, what they have going on.
yeah.
There's a lot that goes into helping them make decisions if you understand what they're up against.
So the relationship we're after, let's be clear. Maybe the 5-star review is just an outcome. It's not the end, it's not the target. It's an outcome of the relationship we're after. Does that sound right? It's like a natural outcome. Like we can develop some habits and some instincts around asking for the review. When the time is right, we can get better at that. That's a skill. That's a second instinct. We want to build that habit. But putting ourselves in the position to earn it, I think has a lot to do with being really clear about the level of relationship that we want with our clients.
The Hymans came in. When did we meet them, Cheryl? Monday? I think it was Monday. Cheryl was I had Cheryl come in the meeting because she had never seen them before. You know, so they love that being able to personal touch. But after Cheryl got off the phone, you know, they like to travel a lot. So every time they come into town, I get the text. hey, are you free? You wanna, can I come in and meet? And immediately I'm like, okay, what do you need to talk about? What's wrong, right? So I always ask that question. And, you know, there really wasn't too much wrong, they had questions, but nothing was upset, you know, when they left, before they left, we were talking about, cause they're going on some cruise down the.
River.
Down a river in Egypt or something, down the Nile or whatever it is, right? It was super cool, so we're talking about all that stuff.
I wanna do that.
So that, you know, that was building rapport. I screwed it up. He screwed up. I made a mistake. So they all said, you know, hey, you know, we love working with Mark Brower Properties because everybody's so personable. You know, I feel like I can come in and talk with you and everything's cool. And, you know, they're just the two old couple we started talking about because their sister has a house. It's like 3,800 square foot. She's 80 years old. Her husband's 90. Like they don't even use the upstairs. You know, and I'm like, well, hey, let's sell it for them. Well, I'm not getting involved in their finances, right? So there was a whole conversation. I never asked them to go and leave us a review because they, you know, because we're so personal, we're not business people, we're business people, but we're not just. You know, all business, we talk personal stuff. So that's what we're talking about here in building rapport and making a personal connection. Whenever they come in, I don't even manage their properties anymore. It's been years. It's the same with, I know there's issues with Fee and Grace Home. But both of them, I get calls to them always,
Mhm.
just because I built that rapport with them from the beginning, and just. Sit there and listen to their
Sister drama.
accomplishments. Now they're having sister drama, so,
Yes.
yeah, I'll let Janet handle that.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
They're fighting over the property now.
Oh,
Grace has
Had
moved
POA
off of that property as an owner.
completely.
So anyways, let's not derail this, but yeah,
oh.
She's, and I don't know, we'll talk about that later, because I actually had title.
Okay. Okay,
You did what title?
Yeah, I'll talk to you about it later.
okay. So this is good, this is good. I think we're getting closer to the root. When we talk about Ray Dalio and principles, it's like. We should be, when we're thinking about, you know, what are we dealing with, whether it's a problem or a challenge or whatever, it's like, okay. Ray Dalio says people don't spend enough time getting to the root. And if you just, I saw a guy give a talk recently, it was awesome. He's like, I'm really good at. Cutting off the branches of the problem. But man, you lay the axe at the root, that's hard work, you know, so let's dive closer to the root. The root of 5-star reviews. Isn't. Let's go get 5-star reviews. The root. Of 5-star reviews is the relationship is there. And they feel like they know us personally. And we have rapport. What's another word for rapport? What is rapport?
The relationship.
Yeah. What are the elements of a high rapport relationship?
You hear them, you understand them.
Super good. You need to hear them, you understand them. So can we say that we care? Like you hear, you understand, you care. By the way, this is what big tech companies absolutely failed at when they arrogantly came into the property management space. Hear, understand, care, rapport with the owner, right? That high trust. So the other thing, so we can combine relationship with competence. If we can show that we see them as a person, that we want to get to know them as a person. That we want to benefit their life, not just transactionally because we're your property manager, but like, what else can we do to add benefit to your life? They sense that we have a desire to add value to their life. That desire has to be rooted in actual care, like we care about you as a person. First of all, we need to have that. We need to feel that inside, and then they need to feel it. Okay, and that comes through communication. So the relationship goal, the client relationship goal is that there's how do we say it? For us to add maximum value to someone's life. What does that relationship need to be like?
You want the best for them. Yeah, that, so they know that, I mean, in simple
Well
terms.
intended.
So is it fair to say they know and feel that we care? This is something, I'm just gonna brag on Megan a little bit. This is something Megan's exceptional at. To a fault. She shows extreme care and concern for the owner. And when I say to a fault, because sometimes she'll like, well, how did this happen? Did we screw up on this? Like, I mean, don't say it like that. Just show caring without saying like, who screwed up? Like, that's not part of our culture. But get every single instance to a person when they're on the phone with me, and you guys are like this too, but I just hear her in the middle of the night, you know, talking to people like. This now, you know, she will stay on the phone until they are feeling really good, and then she'll stay on the phone a little longer, and then she'll call them back or text them back a couple days later. Because she really does care. You know, it's hard to build care into an algorithm. Okay, so the client relationship goal is they know and feel that we care. And they trust that we're really smart also, because you can care all day long and be stupid and like, they're not gonna open up to you. Like, oh yeah, you really care about me, but you're not gonna do anything for me, so hey, you're kind of like a nice friend. So is this right? Is this tracking? Okay, so they know and feel that we care, and that has to come first. That's like the foundation. And they trust us to give them really smart advice. That true? Because okay. When someone knows you care first and foremost, and then they know that you're also really smart. By the way, why is caring so important? Because it proves to them that we're not going to put our interest above theirs. Is that the bar we need to clear? The bar we need to clear on them feeling like we care is that we're never going to put our interest above theirs. If we really do care. We really do care. We're never doing this. We agree on that? Okay. They know and feel that we care. They trust us to give smart advice. And then what are the things we need to know about their life to be able to add maximum value? Lisa started talking about them. We need to know what? If we want to be an asset manager, and let's say our goal is to help them do maximum good by building them maximum wealth. What is it we need to understand about their world?
First of all, what are their goals? Their financial goals and life goals.
Okay, so first of all, we have to really care about their financial and life goals. And then they have to feel that, and then once they feel that, when we ask about it, that just reinforces like, oh my gosh, these guys care about me? Like who asked this? Like, oh, well, these are my goals, and this is what I want to accomplish. And thank you so much for sharing that with me. You know, that's personal stuff. That's great. I kind of have a similar goal. Yeah, that's really cool. Okay, well, I respect your time, and For me, I always feel guilty that I'm wasting someone's time. I shouldn't feel like that. Financial and life goals. What else do we need to know about them?
Current circumstances.
Current circumstances. Yes. What about their current circumstances?
Can they afford to have this house?
Yes. So I'm gonna say current financial picture.
Mhm.
We need to know where they wanna go. And we need to know where they are right now, current financial picture. What else do we need to know? This one's a little bit more fluffy. This one I'm thinking of next,
Their emotional status.
their emotional status.
Yeah.
Their current emotional state with regard to this property, or just. You know. Sue Wainwright, emotions, like she just does, like she can't. Stand being a landlord, like she's doing her best. Like who has Sue Wainwright? You.
Yeah. 3 houses.
She's really trying, she's really trying, she's really trying, like 4 months ago. She wants to
Yes,
sell, yeah.
Yeah, we're,
She's, and like, just like 4 months ago, I had the courage. And something escalated up to me, she's like, I don't know about this, and like, did you guys mess up on this? Like, I'm kind of upset, I don't wanna be upset, like, I said, Sue. If you never ever called us ever. I guarantee you, your properties would be managed in the top 5% of overall performance market wide, like we were doing an exceptional job. Even if you never, ever called us, it would still be that outcome. But what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing, what I'm feeling from you is. This asset class is stressing you out. You've given it a really good try. It is stressing you out. And you know what? I don't want that stress for you. I can tell you, you don't want that stress. It doesn't mean that I'm doing anything wrong or you're doing anything wrong. It just means that not everybody should be a landlord. And forgive me for suggesting that might be a possibility you need to consider. But I care about your emotional state, and it pains me that you're having to call every month. That was a different kind of conversation. It wasn't me saying, Sue, you're irrational, damn it, we've talked about this, I need your support, that's what I gotta be honest, like 10% of me wanted to go to there, that was my, kind of my reaction, a little bit. Sue, it's been years, come on. So what about the emotions? We need to be able to elicit or ask them to share, and they need to be willing to share their emotions about, not about everything in their life, but about being a landlord, especially. We need to know and sometimes they don't even understand their emotions about being a landlord. We need to help them see it. So it's a conversation topic. Am I missing anything here? Is this right? Cheryl, Rose, any feedback on this?
I I agree with that. I would also add that a important piece of this would also be being very aware of what their property's performance is, having a strong grasp of what we are spending on maintenance, where the rents are compared to market, kind of feeding into their financial picture of, what they're expecting from the property and what it's delivering. So being able to speak to that without having to do a lot of digging builds trust with the owners. If you're keenly aware of how much we have spent, where we are on target for maintenance spend on an annual level, if they have a story in their head of we're spending so much on maintenance, to be able to bring that back down with the facts. So just being close to the facts.
Absolutely. So the facts around the property performance, we need to be dialed in and understand what those are. Facts, we know those. So what's true about owners, or what's true about human beings? Do they make up stories all the time? Are they always judging themselves? I feel like people are always their toughest critic. And one of the things that we can do that's like a really kind gesture for our owners is like. Actually tell them that they're winning, even when they feel like they're not. You're actually winning. You're actually winning. This is actually good. It doesn't fit with your overall financial situation right now, but you as a landlord, high five, you're doing really good. Your financial performance of your property is tracking, is actually exceeding expectation in the current market. I've got the data for you. So yeah, there's gonna be bumps along the road. We need to talk about, you know, how intolerable those bumps along the road are. But it's one of my jobs is to keep those bumps in the road in the proper perspective. This is a 3 out of a 10. In fact, if I'm doing my job effectively as an honest, competent property manager, nothing should ever be more than a 5 out of a 10. In terms of actually, you know, you succeeding, running this like a business. Now, there's 2 parts of this. One part is running this like the business that it is. The other more important part is your financial picture, your emotional state, your stress level, and your long-term goals. That piece is actually more important. And with that, I need to have enough trust and rapport with you that you're willing to open up and share that stuff with me. It's okay to be really direct about that and have a candid conversation. Like my goal actually is, you know, a large part of what I'm trying to do is show you how well we're running your business so that you'll trust me enough to share with me what your financial goals are, where your current financial picture is, and what your emotional state is about being a landlord. Because if I can get that level of rapport with you, there's all kinds of things that we've been able to help other clients with. Expanding their real estate holdings without taking on unnecessary risk. Helping to lower the stress level so you almost never think about this. You know, help you exit at the right time instead of being, you know, kind of trapped into something. Okay, so this conversation started as a, hey, how do we get 5-star reviews? And it really got closer to the root. I'm excited about that. The root is we need to have a very clear client relationship goal. And that goal has 2 elements: that they know and feel that we care about them as an individual, as a real human being, and that they trust us to give them smart advice. They become advisable. You know, we tell people when they first hire us that we require a high level of support and process. What do we say? What are our 3 pillars of support? Does anybody know? We have really high standards for the properties we manage, and we have high standards for the clients we work with. Those high standards with the clients we work with, we require that you support us in 3 ways. This is in the sales script, by the way. Every single new client prospect hears about this. Financial support, Lisa. Emotional support.
Process.
Process. That's it. Thank you, Cheryl. Process, financial and emotional process. We didn't sign up to co-manage this with you. Our happiest landlords are the ones that are completely hands-off. That's the relationship we're looking for. Does that work for you? Yeah, but I don't want to give you a blank check, and I'm worried that you're incompetent because I don't know you yet. But I'm worried about saying that to you because I don't want to be rude, and I'm socially awkward about like having really candid conversation with you because I've never owned a business before, and you're my business manager, but I don't even understand that. I think it's a transactional relationship where you're just doing stuff for me. No. I need you to give all process control over to me. And I will promise in return to give you really smart service and total transparency. How about that? Emotional. If we work together long enough, things will go wrong eventually. Something will be stressful, something unexpected will come up. And the emotional support I'm looking for you from you for is that if when things go wrong, that you won't be, you know, micromanaging me, be hypercritical. Because we've had that happen before. It's not the relationship we're looking for. Financial is, I need you to have at least 10 to 15,000 reserved for this business. This is a business. Okay, so we can say that all day long, but if they don't know that if they don't feel that we care, and that if we haven't proven that we're really intelligent, then they won't give us that support. Okay, so that's the goal we're going for. So let's do that. Let me ask if I can give an invitation. please make it your focus with all clients that you interact with, everybody in your portfolio, that you intend, just kind of make that your North Star. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do this, but my intention is, the picture of where I'm headed is, make it as clear as you can in your mind. The picture of the relationship that I want with each of my clients is they know and feel that I care, that I will never put my interest above their interests. My interest to be efficient, or my interest to make money off of them. I'm gonna put their interest above my financial gain interest, because I'm gonna lead with value. You can even say that, look, my goal is to put your interest above our profit. And because that's what forms lasting relationships. We're not just in this to manage your home for a year or two. We're in this to help you build wealth, because we want to help good people do more good. And we know if we help you build wealth, you'll do more good in your community, your family, your churches, your country. That's what we're here for. Okay, so if we go for that relationship in every interaction, then naturally we'll start hearing people say things like, oh my gosh, this was so great, thank you so much. Okay, so we're not manufacturing those scenarios, they will start happening more organically. Okay, and then when they do say that, what do we say? Diane, let's hear it, Diane.
Of course, you do the same for me.
That's great. That's great. I love it. Diane knows the line. So Robert Cialdini wrote a book called Influence. And in the book, he said that you have a perishable, momentary point of increased influence as soon as when somebody thanks you. You have a spike in influence with them. They say thank you. Boom. You have like extra influence for a little while, and then that window closes. Because they just said thank you. And so what you do when someone says thank you is you reaffirm the relationship. And you also ask for something. Or at least you reaffirm the relationship. Here's what you do not say when someone says thank you. Wow, Diane, thank you so much. Or I'll say, wow, Mark, thank you so much. And I said, that's nothing. I just do this for everybody. It's like the humble, like that's terrible. The humble splat. No, you say something that reaffirms the relationship. Like, you know what? Of course. You know, I know you would do the same for me. What does that do? It tells them like, hey, we're in a relationship and I did go above and beyond because I do care about you. Of course, of course. It's basically saying the reason you're thanking me is because I do care and I did go the extra mile for you. As opposed to like, you're nothing. This is transactional. I do this with everybody. Thanks for saying it though. It's awkward. No, you say, of course, you would do the same for me. You're a good person, I'm a good person. That's what we do. We're in a transformational relationship. Isn't this so cool? And you know what? Actually, I need some help from you. Can you do me a favor? We would like to help more awesome people like you. You don't have to say it like that. I want to help more people. And my marketing department is saying that if I can get a couple, like a review a week, that'll help us help more people. Have I earned enough of your trust, or have I added enough value to your life that you would that would warrant, you know, me asking you for a 5-star review? Yeah, absolutely. You see that? So just to recap, if we focus on the most important thing, the root, the client relationship, where we get really clear about what that goal is, that they know and feel that we care, and they trust us to give them smart advice. We start finding about their financial and life goals. We start understanding their current financial picture. We start understanding their emotions about being a landlord, and we even start understanding a little bit about their family and who they are as a person, as they're open to sharing that with us. And then as we get to know them, as they say, man, Shannon, that's really great. Like, thank you so much for doing this for me. Or let's say there's a stressful situation, there's a problem, and you're like, hey, I'm on this. And then you smother them the next 2 or 3 days, and you're like, hey, by the way, it's moving forward. I'm on this. I care about you. I've been thinking about this. I don't want you to have to worry about it, so I'm worrying about it for you. And they're like, oh my gosh, you just lifted a load. Like I was worried about this. I couldn't sleep very well last night. I was kind of worried about this. Yeah, I got you. I told you I wouldn't get back to you till Friday, but I was just concerned you might be stressed about this. I want to give you a quick update. We're good. I'll keep you posted. Like getting to them before that you even promised, getting to them before they even ask, getting to them before they decide to call us, huge trust deposits. And then at the end of the day, like, oh man, you resolved this so good. You were great. And then you call like a week later, hey, you were on my mind again. I just wanted to find out like I think everything's resolved, but I wanted to make sure that you felt good about how it got resolved. Holy crap, you cared about me enough to like think about me and actually call me. That phone call could take 5 minutes, and it should take less than 5 minutes because all they're doing is saying, yeah, you're awesome. Like, man, you're just smothering me with so much love. Man, that's so great. Thank you. And you're like, of course, you do the same for me. Oh, hey, by the way, can I ask you a quick favor? And this wasn't why I called you. Trust me. But Mark asked me to try to get one 5-star review a week so we can help more people with our marketing. Can I send you a link and would you be willing to take like 1 or 2 minutes, share your experience? You would? Oh, man, you're so awesome. Thank you. Now I'm not going to get yelled at by Mark. You see how that works? Jan, you're squinching your face. What?
I'm just trying to figure out how to word that, like.
How about just the way I
Instead
did
of
it?
saying, "Oh, Mark asked me to get a review, like. The big thing that I do when someone says thank you, or I know that they're, pleased with the service that I've been able to provide to them. I take from Chick-fil-A, my pleasure.
Yeah.
It's simple, it's to the point, but then trying to add that, I like to word it differently, so. In my notes, I have like, help me highlight a win. A win for my team. In providing a review. Of the service that you've been using. So maybe wording it that way instead of like, oh,
It has-
Mark asked me.
No,
to do
yeah, I'm
this.
those being facetious. You're right. So yeah, find the words that work for you, but find them.
Right.
And it's like maybe like, I don't know, I could say it like 100 different ways. I've said it many different ways. One way might be, and it kind of depends on the situation. So just like, so it's like, thank you so much. It's like, of course, you would, like, I sincerely think you would have done the same for me if roles were reversed. And you know what, you could do something to help me too. And it would only take 2 minutes. Can I ask you for a favor? And you could do something to help me that would only take 2 minutes. Would you mind doing me a favor? If I've earned it, would you mind writing like take 60 seconds to write a 5-star review? I'll send you the link to do it. I'll send it to you right now. If I've earned it, would you be willing to do that? Because that helps us help more people.
Right. That's what I like, and that what I've used to say, because when a resident came in, it's, you guys have been great the whole time and this and that, when we hit our house and sell, we're gonna come back to you guys. And I said, yeah, that is awesome, of course. And then we sort of share, the wonderful tenant, and you can share it if you would do that, then that helps other residents seeing online that this is what we do, and we can, help them, so you're helping not only just us, but. other
Yes,
people.
helping other people through that review. Okay, I don't want to go very long, actually, so this is all we're gonna get to, but hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully this is a little bit of a framework, and maybe this is stuff that Rich and I will talk about more and put into the PM University, because I think this is pretty important stuff. Before we wrap up, I'd like to hear again from Cheryl and Rose. What are your thoughts about this? What are your thoughts about my ask? What are your thoughts about my ask that you get intentional about? Maybe you need to ask for 2 5-star reviews a week and you'll get 1. Maybe that's what needs to happen. But be thinking about each interaction you have. Where can I add maximum value to someone's life? Have them spontaneously say, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. That's your goal. Your goal is to get the, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Nobody says that unless they feel like you care about them. Nobody says that unless you've gone a little bit above and beyond. And then when you get the, oh my gosh, thank you so much, you say, you know what? Absolutely. Say, my pleasure. Of course. One of those 3. Absolutely. My pleasure. Of course. You would do the same for me. And in fact, I have a quick favor to ask of you, if you're willing to do it. Just take 2 minutes out of your day, like right now. I'm gonna send you a link. If I've earned it, would you please write me a 5-star review? Because you're in that moment of temporary increased influence that is perishable. It will go away. So if you do it right then, I think that's your highest odds. Cheryl, Rose, what's your reflection on this? We'll start with Cheryl. Anything else, Cheryl? You've added some really good feedback on this.
Yeah, I mean, I candidly have been not great at asking directly for reviews in the past. Like, it's something that has made me uncomfortable. So I'm looking forward to pushing past that and getting more comfortable. I've done it a few times in situations that were people were ecstatic, but finding those moments of creating those, I think looking for those just thank yous, and using that as an opportunity. I'm excited to capitalize on those and ask and be more forward.
Something I love about what you just said, Cheryl, is that you acknowledge it was uncomfortable and that you're looking forward to putting yourself in that uncomfortable situation. That is a beautiful thing. That ties directly into our rally cry that this is what we came for. It's at the edge, or it's beyond the edge of our comfort zone where transformation and learning happens. I'm just thrilled that you have the willingness to do that. So big high five and support for me. Thank you. Rose, anything from you?
Yeah, I think I don't think I will have a problem with this. This used to be very easy for me. I remember I have 3 5-star reviews in a day. But I applied. I don't know if you can recall, but we had one meeting in the past where you jokingly said, "Oh, in your conversations, maybe you can say, oh, you know what? We have a contest in the office. It's someone who gets." I applied that, and that's when I get 3 5-star because
Oh,
I
nice.
feel like I help them win in some way. And they feel like they are also helping me win in some way. But telling them, hey, we have a contest. And if I win, I have a prize. I even remember one applicant telling me, oh, do I get some money? And I just said, well, that's a different story. Maybe we can talk about that. Just kidding. Well, yeah, but it's I think recently it has become more challenging for me because unlike before, I am so engaged in the conversations. I'm very quick to communicate with all the applicants and all that. Recently, I've been triaging emails, helping Miguel triage emails, and just received the calls. So I touch base, with people. But I don't really have that much of an interaction. The 5-star reviews I am getting, the compliments I am getting are from the residents I provided excellent service with who still recognize me up to this day. I think that's the importance of the good relationship. They know me. They know when they hear my voice, and oh, Rose, it's you. So maybe I can work on finding an avenue where I can ask for that 5-star review. 1 5-star review a week. Let's see if I can push that to 3. Let's see.
Love it. C-type goal. Let's go, Rose. Love it. Hey, I have a trophy. We could make it the traveling 5-star trophy. We have a trophy for the bank game that I want to play weekly. We'll find a way, Cheryl and Rose, of getting you involved in that game if we can. And so that's on Stefan's desk right now. I do have another trophy that we could make specifically the high review trophy for the week. We could pass it weekly. So I'm not opposed to that. And guess what? There's a principle. Let's end with this. There's a principle in sales that goes like this. People will do what you ask them to do when you give them a reason to do it. There was a study conducted by Harvard, don't ask me the date, but it's a highly referenced study where they studied people cutting in line, asked the cutting in line, can I cut in line? And they same person, same kind of line, they isolated all the variables, right? Like a real study should. And they were told no, like 70-80% of the time. Then they said, can I cut in line? My daughter's sick and I'm gonna miss her doctor's appointment if I don't get through this line quickly. The yeses shot up significantly. And they thought, oh, maybe it was the urgency of the need, maybe the reason, the importance of the reason was the determining factor. So then they ran the experiment another way. And they said, can I cut in line because I need to get through this line faster?
100% now.
No, almost exactly the same as my daughter needs to get to her doctor's appointment. What they found out was that if you just give a reason, even if it's a really lousy reason, people respond to reasons. So this is a sales, really good salespeople know this. They've been trained on it. It's a piece of human psychology. People do things when you give them a reason. This is Lisa. Lisa's on the phone. Hey, could you please lower your price $50,000 so we can get your house sold? Because I really need it. But if you give it, take it to the bank. If you just give a reason, if they say thank you, of course you would do the same for me. In fact, can you help me out? And then you give a reason, like Rose just highlighted the principle. We're having a contest in the office. That's the reason. And you could really help me personally win that contest if you write me a 5-star review. It would mean a lot to me. Well, let's give a legitimacy to that. You know, there's if you need me to do it, there's a traveling trophy. There is a contest for 5-star reviews. So if you want to pull that reason out of your bag, for having a reason, I know this sounds silly. This might sound silly, but we actually have a contest in the office who can get the most 5-star reviews. You do me a solid. Rich doesn't like it.
No,
But find
this doesn't go with our doing good for more people, doing more people do good. It doesn't. I would rather it be, can you give us a 5-star review so other tenants could benefit from your experience?
that's good.
Can you
And
give
that
us
is
5-star reviews
a
to other
reason.
owners?
So that,
Not because I'm getting a personal gain from it.
yeah.
I don't know that I like that.
So Rich doesn't like it. I'm not opposed to it. Whatever works for you. But I really like this because we really want to help as many people as we can. And the 5-star review helps us with that. That's a fantastic reason.
Yeah.
Don't just say, hey, can you do me a solid and write me a 5-star review? Flat. No. Because XYZ, mutual goal that we can align with. We want to make the world a better place. You can help me do that. Make sense? Awesome. Okay, that's all we wrote today. So go keep doing more good. Appreciate everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. See you, Rose. See you,
Everyone.
Cheryl.
Wednesday, have a great day.